just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
First down, Howell to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Howell got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage. And that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area. So you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Preston Smith there on the stop. This defense for the Packers, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On 2nd and 9, Howell. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The sack goes to Chris Barnes.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with the ground. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Check that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine all that size and beef, but they can let it.
Rodgers now to throw. At the tight end. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. But on that play, they held up quite well.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Back to throw. Howell. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
They'll go play action. Howell. Looking for Dodson, and he's got him. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The end result, 21 yards.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On the draw, it's Gibson. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely happened. I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. There he goes, left side. The 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, really a fantastic play, not only to pick that off, but he had to run a long way, Charles, in the direction to hit pay dirt. He did it, and they've got the first lead.
And that certainly changes the early tone of this game, doesn't it, partner? One moment, they were going to be in early control. Now they just have a few moments to clear their heads and get back out there against an electrified defense.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Packers pick it up. And the return will stop right around the 25.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Jones again on second down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. To throw is Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Now Jones. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Chase Young, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
And he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The quick slant caught. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's fourth and goal.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. And the Commander defense able to hold.
Here we go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now. And fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones to the 43, second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Rodgers going to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on second and 3. Powell. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Sly able to put this one through. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that away.
This offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Howell. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
From the 27, Howell. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Straight ahead, Gibson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Rashawn Gary that time through the line and getting the tackle for loss.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 12, Howell. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Howell now to throw it. Able to connect with Dotson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing here, Howell. To the right side and complete to Thomas. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And once more, Howell back to the air. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 33. Sly able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, Charles, we saw pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Up the middle, Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. 62 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Howell. Comeback route, and he finds Dotson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And here's a give to Gibson. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And Howe will throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Howell. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
An inside give to Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going. That's exactly what you're looking for.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I was laughing. People say, what's the toughest route to defend? Especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass break up there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
But that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there. And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll make it 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Howell, he'll look to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Adrian Amos with a pick. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And Jones with a 1st down carry, and he's going to wind up losing a couple as he's stopped behind the line.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll go again to Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So where all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
So a big spot now for Crosby, but he's been here before. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Fields this way up at the 17. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah,
and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
First down, Howell to throw. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibson. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
It's Howell with another throw.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Rodgers. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Bobby McCain.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it.
And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 15.
That's now a 2nd interception and his missed.
Think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll try to run some clock now with Jones. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's Jones again on second down.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
91 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Now throwing on 1st down here.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Preston Smith in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Powell out of the shotgun. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance.
Now Brown, oh, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line.
Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts
as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Returnable here from the 38. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Powell to throw.
And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here's Howell. Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Well, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Howell looking to throw again.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Green Bay, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they dip to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.
they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you get a look inside Rocket Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Buffalo Bills. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
A give to Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to run.
And that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3 and out. They did. From the 44, Rodgers. And this one is incomplete.
Our game here, really a dream matchup for folks who like good quarterback play, and really who doesn't like good quarterback play. I mean, you got the 2-time reigning MVP against a guy who many think could be holding that trophy in the very near future. Rodgers and Allen have faced off one time before, and it was the Packers who shut out the Bills that day 22-0. That was just Allen's 3rd NFL start.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Now the 3rd running back taken in April's draft. This is James Cook.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It can be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
The Bills at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On second down, Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up first and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. It's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Second down and goal. Allen.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on second down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Allen now on third and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on third and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On second and 10, Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline will talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's third and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. First and 10.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They try again with Cook. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bills take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. This is intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Off a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taking it about the 1.
Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Coming up, we're looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
To return is McKenzie. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like, you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now Cobb to return. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers.
And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in, because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at him, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, all on display right there. Look like you, partner, back in your salad days in Evansville.
Crosby with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, and now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much, because as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones.
And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
second down, it's Jones. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And the offense will hold on to this one right at the 5-yard line. Lucky there. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line.
That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position.
And he tugged this one badly. And it's no good. Wide left.
Visiting kickers for years have had trouble with field goals here in Buffalo. The winds off nearby Lake Erie can really play havoc with your ability to aim the football correctly. And we saw an example right there. No good.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To the air, Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Knox. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Allen now on 1st down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to have this short field here as they'll take over